Yeah. Hey guys, yeah, I'm gonna do this uncut, unscripted, and on the fly, but I want to come on here as well and talk about something that I'm sure some people have yet to point out. And if they have, they probably wonder why Warner Brothers has, gone this direction. Well, at least I'm sure a lot of people wonder this too. And that is when it comes to Scoob, which got released on VOD this past Friday, people are probably wondering, why did Warner Brothers go with two payment options? The one payment option being rental, the other being ownership. Well, I think the answer is kind of easy. You see, the reason they went this route is because they know Scooby-Doo is a very popular IP and franchise, and that people will want to watch the movie no matter what. They realize that people who are hardcore fans may just straight up buy the movie, and they realize that people who are casual fans will probably rent it and then eventually down the line buy it as well, depending on whether or not they like the film or they don't, or they just find it okay. Or people, like I said, they realize the fans that Scooby-Doo has, the cult following he has over the past 5 decades, that people would probably just straight up buy it anyway, and that either and or they're going to make their money back on the movie, which they were hoping to make back with a theatrical release. That is why they went the option that they did. Now you might ask yourself, well, why didn't Trolls World Tour do that? Well, I think it's because of the fact it's all basically depending on the business mindset of the person that runs the company or makes the decisions. You see, Universal was still determined to put Trolls World Tour in theaters, that they promoted the fact that it was going to be a historical release, that you wouldn't just see it in theaters, but you'd also be able to see it at home. Now, a lot of people call BS on this decision because by the time Trolls World Tour was released, a lot of theaters were shutting down, or basically limiting, I should say, audience members in the theaters. Basically, people that purchased tickets to go see the movies, they were limiting them to attend to the theater rooms or cinema rooms to see the movie. So yeah, a lot of people pretty much was calling BS on that hyped historical promotional thing by Universal when it came to Trolls World Tour, that you would be able to see it at home and in the theaters. The other thing as well was the fact that the person that made the decision to go the VOD route decided that the best way they could make their money back is by just going the rental option, which would be, I guess in their mindset, the equivalent of purchasing a movie ticket, as well as combined with getting snacks at the concession stand and then, watching a movie. So basically to them, the decision to go rental only for $19.99, essentially $20, is the equivalent of basically purchasing a movie ticket and getting the snacks and all that you want from the concession stand and then going to see the movie. Now obviously, is the person that made that decision at Universal / DreamWorks kicking themselves right now because they see the financial success that Scoob is having, because Scoob is #1 right now because of, I guess, the decision to go both rental and ownership route? Are they kicking themselves? Probably. In my opinion, yes, because Trolls just got trounced out of its #1 successful spot because of the decision Warner Bros. Made to allow Scooby-Doo or Scoob to be released on, released not just for rental but for ownership as well. And again, I know some people wonder why they even did that, since it doesn't make any sense. Since, Warner Bros. Should know that people are going to probably just straight up buy the movie, because the big difference between both options is a $5 difference. So just adding $5 more is not a big deal, right? Well, essentially to some, no, but here's the thing. There are still a lot of people that will rent the movies when they come out to VOD first before physical release, just to see if they'll want to have it. In case, they don't see it in the theaters, they'll want to rent the movie to see if it's as good as people say, and if it is as good as people say, then later on they'll probably purchase the movie physically on Blu-ray, DVD, along with the digital code for the streaming option that it comes with. You know, so that's why Warner Brothers went that route. They realized that there's still going to be people, casual fans, maybe even hardcore fans, that are going to go and want to rent the movie first to see if it lives up to the hype that's been built upon it over the past several years before potentially buying it later on for $5 more. But they also realize there are fans of Scoob like myself and Andre Meadows, Black Nerd Comedy, if you will, that are big time fans that are going to basically buy the movie right off the bat, whether it's good or it's not, because hey, it's Scooby-Doo and it's supposed to be the start of something big as far as Warner Brothers owning the Hanna-Barbera properties, thus by using Scoob as its foundation, creating a Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe. So that's why, in my opinion, Warner Brothers went the route that they did by giving people not just a rental option, but the ownership option as well when it comes to spending money on the VOD release of Scoob, which was originally supposed to be released theatrically. So that's just my thoughts. And again, do I think the guy at Universal that made the decision to have Trolls World Tour be rental only because they thought, oh, we're also going to release it in theaters, or what theaters and drive-ins we can, do I think he's kicking himself right now? Oh, absolutely he's kicking himself. There's no doubt, because he's seeing that success that Warner Bros. Is having with Scoob, you know, basically surpass the success Trolls World Tour had when it came to its VOD release. So I wouldn't be surprised within the next few weeks you get an announcement, or you get a new option added to the Trolls World Tour VOD release that says that it's not just rental but ownership as well. So don't be surprised if in the next few weeks you get a ownership option next to the rental option as well. But that's why, in my opinion, Warner Brothers decided to give people two purchasing options when it came to Scoob. That's just my thoughts. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. I'd love to hear from each and every one of you. And I'm out.